What is going on, guys? This is Brian from Quantum Motorworks, bringing you another tutorial today. Right here in front of us we have my 2002 Honda XR100. Original owner, done a lot of work to this bike, kind of fully restored it. Haven't really done anything to the engine, but basically what I want to show is I'm working on the front forks. Kind of did some modifications way back in the day when I was like 15, 16 years old to this bike. I think I originally got when I was 11 or 12, and then, you know, by the time I was 15, 16, probably put on an extra 100 pounds almost, and a little too heavy. So I went ahead and I remember, if my memory serves me correct, I put a BBR rear shock spring on the back, got rid of the yellow shock. This one is blown now, so it's super springy like a pogo stick. The compression, the spring rate's great for, you know, a heavy rider, somebody who rides aggressive, but the shock being blown, it kind of sucks. So I do have a new aftermarket shock, a DNW I believe, that we're going to put on with the Resi. Maybe I'll make another video on that, but today I kind of want to focus on the front forks since I already have them disassembled. And if my memory serves me correct, I think what I was trying to do was beef up the front, and I could have sworn my buddy way back in the day gave me some springs off of his Suzuki PW80. Now I could be mistaken. From checking out the service manual, let's see here. So I kind of had the fork spring, measured the fork spring free length. So for XR100, 98 to 2000 is 21 inches and 840 thousandths. And for after 2000 is 21 inches and 140 thousandths. So those are the specs there. So I went ahead and I was looking at mine, and I realized, you know, I have them leveled up there, parallel or perpendicular, should I say, to my seal puller there, using a straight edge. And I don't know if you can tell, one of them is slightly longer than the other by maybe just a little over 1/8 of an inch. So I went ahead and measured them, and I can't remember now if these are actually out of the PW80 or maybe these are just their regular, you know, the original springs that came out of the bike. So I went ahead and I measured them, and I noticed that one of them is actually, you know, like I said, slightly longer. It's 21 and 750 thousandths, and the other one is 21 and 875 thousandths. So compared to the spec, I mean, realistically, I'll zoom in there. That 21, that for my bike, it kind of seems like they're a little bit longer, almost like 3/4 of an inch longer, like they're from the older model XR100. So I don't know. It makes me almost think like maybe these are the PW80 springs. I went ahead and tried to measure a coil here. Coil is about 144 thousandths. Want to say I'm getting all the way down there with my caliper edge. Yeah, 143. It's 143. Let's see the other one. 146. $146. So yeah, I don't think I have a coil. The service manual doesn't give you a spec on that, so if anybody has a pair of calipers and wants to measure their springs, so maybe I can find out. I don't remember, maybe these are stock XR100 springs, maybe they're not. But this is the thing that kind of trips me out. Now I bought some of these BBR you know, heavy duty fork springs here. They're for my bike, you know, XR CRF 100 85 through 13, made in USA, so they should work. And it's kind of weird. I already pulled them out, and I was checking them out, and I kind of noticed the same thing. I want to say, let's see here. So this one actually, that one actually seems quite a bit longer. Let's go ahead and measure this. Let's go ahead and see. So we're about 21 3/4, so that's like identical to our right here, 21 3/4. And this one's almost a solid 22. It's probably closer to that 900 thousandths. What is that? 3.18. So that's like 3/8 of an inch. So I don't know, 375 plus 750, or what is that? Three. That would be over. That'd be like almost 2 inches. 16th, 1/8. Oh wait, it's a 6th. So an 1/8. That's 2 tick hairs. So an 1/8. That's like 875 plus a 16th. So half. What is 70, 60? Let's go like 65 thousandths. So it's like 935, 930, 900. So 21, 930 thousandths. So this one spring is actually longer than the other. Let's see if there's a thickness difference. This is 147. 145, 146, 145. Okay, so the spring thickness is pretty consistent. I'm just kind of tripped out here a little bit. Basically, I just wonder, like, well, what spring do I put in now? Like, I have 4 lengths of springs, and so I was on the forums basically reading, hey, what is everybody saying? And people are saying after, they put in their springs that they hear a clanking, and well, that's, if you put in 2 different springs, 2 different heights of springs, well, of course you're going to have a clanking. One spring's going to compress one spring isn't even going to, one spring won't compress until about, an 1/8, almost 1/4 of an inch later, whatever time that relates into while you're going. And so you're going to have essentially this spring inside that's shorter is going to be kind of bouncing until, the other fork leg compresses and then takes up the slack inside. So I don't know what I could do is I could cut them. I'm not sure. That's the thing is, I don't know. The other thing is, I don't know if this is my first time taking these springs apart. I don't know if when I was a kid I paid attention to the orientation when I replaced them, or if they are original, but the longer one came out on the left, which is the brake side, and the shorter one is on the right. So I just wonder if these BBR springs are kind of using the same principle, which is, one spring, the brake side is going to have just a little bit more compression than the left side fork is going to have more compression. That's the brake side than the right side fork. I'm almost kind of thinking that, I don't know. That's the purpose of this video, to kind of generate some discussion and see if there's any other XR100 enthusiasts out there that have ran into this issue, or kind of know a little bit about it. I might do a little bit more research. I kind of figured, just maybe cutting it. I know it could be cut, and then kind of ground down, and I could probably get them, within 1/8 of an inch or less by that method. A 1/16, I'm sure, easily. But maybe, that's the whole thing is, do I want to do a little bit more research or find out? Maybe I'll go to BBR's website and see if they have any, information on it. But I'm just kind of curious. I got 2 springs here. Definitely one is noticeably longer than the other. Those are the originals supposedly, and these are the BBRs. Same spring thickness and pretty much the same length. So I mean, I'm kind of tripped out here, unless it's using like a different material, you know, a different metal alloy, to achieve a different spring rate, you know, a different spring rate. I have no idea at this point. But yeah, go ahead and hit those comment boxes, guys. Let's hear your guys' thoughts. I'm gonna go ahead, and I already got one aside, nice and cleaned. Got a bunch of parts for it, going with the OEM parts here in this box. Let's go ahead and show this rear shock too that I'm going to be working on. Let's go while I'm got the camera rolling. I'm sure you can pause these iPhones, but you can't. Or at least I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, so here's the rear shock. It's pretty nice UK bag. It's a D&M. I've used their rear shocks on a lot of my other pit bikes, and they work amazing. It's like a 9-day difference. They seem to last quite a while. So I forget where I got this one, from TB Parts or one of those online pit bike websites, off of eBay actually. And from what I can see, it looks like I kind of just eyeballed by sticking it up. When I looked online, all the ones online, you know, the Chinese ones, what makes this shock kind of different is down here on the rear shock linkage, how it's kind of like a wishbone. You know, it's like a rectangular wishbone fit over. Most of the other shocks pretty much had this design and this design, you know, this design up here on the bottom as well. So, you know, this right here, this looks like it should fit. You know, if I have to space it with some shims or whatever, I have some special shims that we can, you know, maybe nylon, we'll see if I have to get a little custom depending on how it fits up. So I don't want any play in it, but we'll see. And then obviously it has this reservoir. I had some, that's for the XR110. Oh, here they are. I got these right here. Hopefully these all right. Let's go ahead and check this out. So these are the rubber, nice and firm. Oh wow, look at that. Appears to be a damn perfect, nice, perfect fit. Oh wow. That's amazing. See how it's gonna fit on the frame. I think I was gonna put it on the drive side. That's like the only place I could see room for it, really. I mean, where I could put it, I don't know. I guess there's a couple different places, but it's a little loose right there, but I'm sure I can make it work. It's kind of hard with the, you know, I don't know if I want to put it on the, usually they like put them up here, or maybe I could put it like up here on the subframe or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure you guys could help me figure that out too. Good rear shock resi location on the XR100. You know, without having to do anything too crazy, keep it as original as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just want to show you guys what I'm working on, and yeah, hit those comment boxes, like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching.